But I think we'll do another set with this team. Hope it goes a little bit better, because I have had success with it. But this team may be too generic to be rank 8 good. Now I'm going to actually pay attention to where the watermark blocks off on this particular setup. I don't think it actually blocks any important UI information within the game, which, if that's the case, it's just barely high. All it blocks is the part where it shows my Skarmory's typing, which I think a lot of people know Pokemon Go enough to not have to worry about that. Skarmory is a Steel Flying type, in case you really miss the icons that badly. Someday I'll get rid of that watermark. I just usually have to pay money to actually get rid of it from the software itself, and I'm not sure if this is the software that I want to commit to myself with streaming, though. Especially, like, I'm pretty sure that there's definitely times in the future where I'll want to use a different software. Especially if I stop using iOS, because, like, iOS, say with me, folks, is not fun. I do not like iOS. Like, this is the first phone I've gotten with iOS, but I've kind of the type of person who uses a phone until they die before getting a new model. So I'm kind of stuck with it. I don't want to waste both shields so early on. This thing's because I could use the switch advantage. I do kind of feel like falling apart, but I think I'll just go into something neutral like a Azumarill, though. Get a little extra energy. And hope I don't get switch hard. Okay, Meganium is not good for me, but I can work with it. I'm up to Ice Beam now, and hypothetically, like, if I'm willing to use my shields, they don't shield the Ice Beam? Like, dude, that's the... Out of all the moves in my Azumarill's arsenal, that's the one that takes the least amount of energy to get to. I mean, they could be saving it for something in the back, but I think Umbreon's okay. Like, they're definitely going to shield this time. And I guess it won't matter if I'm going to just go down to a Frenzy Plant on this next one. I don't know, though. We'll see how much I take from Frenzy Plant, but I kind of... No, when I think more about it, not shooting that first one is a good play to, like, shield the second one, especially if it's going to do that much. Oh, of course they have an Azumarill in the back. I mean, there's no shields, so there's nothing stopping my last resorts, but if this Azumarill has Play Rough, I am out of luck. And even if not, like, they could just save up energy for a Hydro Pump, and I wouldn't be much better off. I have been thinking about swapping my Azumarill to have Play Rough, just because I need something for the Azumarill matchup, even if it's just a neutral Azumarill. But man, just like, Ice Beam's just so useful to have some sort of low energy charge move, and Hydro Pump's been saving my hide so many times. I just can't figure out one to get rid of. I just can't get rid of one for Play Rough, which is kind of why I probably should just make a new team, because there are glaring holes in it and that. Like, I'm comfortable with this team, and that's kind of why I feel like it works so well for me. But there's very glaring flaws. They're pretty hard to work around if I come across a team that can manipulate those flaws. So we'll just see how it goes. Catching the Lantern lead is not exactly how I want to go with this, so this might be a situation worth swapping in right away. I think out of my two Pokemon, Umbreon would be the better thing to just for a neutral setup, but then again, I wasn't expecting Scrafty. At least I can go for Last Resort right away, because even if they're expecting it, they never shield it. It doesn't take that much more energy than Foul Play, and it's kind of not really worth it. I think I just gotta sack off Umbreon, though. Though I'm not fond of this. I can't swap to punish the attack farming. I can just hope that they don't want to conserve the Scrafty enough to actually shield some things. But I'm not sure if it's really going to matter, because it looks like they're actually just going to... They might actually, like, farm me out with fast moves. At least I can bring Azumarill in here, or Skarmory in here right away. I'm gonna expect the power-up punch again. And get punished for it. But at least I can save a shield. I have to shield this time. It's probably a power-up punch, but I can't really risk it. Case in point. And they had a lot of energy saved up. So, I'm down a Pokemon, down a shield, and I'm right back where I started. Fantastic. I think I've lost. Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. I guess I'll get rid of Ice Beam for Play Rough. Because I'm just getting my butt handed to me so many times. I don't even think this match is really worth playing out. I think I'm just gonna leave. Good game. So let me just like do this now. Reluctantly, but doing it nevertheless. At least this way, if this particular battle is a complete train wreck, I can at least see, show the fine people at home the differences between having one particular moveset on my Azumarill versus the other. It's just so there's some sort of value that people can get out of this particular set. Okay. So Skarmory versus Lucario. This may be okay. We're both kind of neutral though, so okay, I'll take the swap. I kind of wish I had Ice Beam now. I think getting up to my play rough about the same time frame as I do Ice Beam. So, like, until I come across a grass type, I'm not going to particularly regret my decision. Alright. Okay. Gonna go for the bait and pray. Okay. Do they shield? Dang it, they don't frickin' shield. And I'm gonna just shield this, and I'm gonna try for it again. Like, it feels like a waste of energy to go for Hydro Pump at this range. And he's weak enough that you might want to try to just protect his Azumarill. The only situation I can think of is if they're thinking what I'm thinking and don't shield because they know they can just resist my attack real well. Alright. Dang it, I'm not even going to win the Farm Roar. One more Play Rough. They're going to go down either way. They're probably not going to shield, but at least my Azumarill doesn't go down in vain. At least I get a switch advantage out of this. Just perfect, because this is the exact Pokemon I want against the Deoxys. Thanks, Leg. I don't think that screwed me out too badly, though, but do kind of feel bad if like I got energy while my opponent could have gotten a move off in that. Alright, so the good news is I am in the advantage, so even though I'm... Oh, switch advantage. I'm not even gonna like try to go up for a Sky Attack. I'm gonna go straight for the Brave Bird. Or I mean the other way around. I'm not gonna even try to save up energy for a Brave Bird because Sky Attack with Friend, I'm just the same, so I don't even have to worry about like trying to trick out a bait. I got a gut feeling they're gonna go for a Power-Up Punch. Now, aren't you glad I didn't waste a shield on that? But I think I will shield this time because I can save my energy for the next Pokemon and just blast them away when they come in. Especially if I can get to that Brave Bird before going down. Alright. I just realized they have a shield still, but I'm so low on health, I don't think it really matters if I go for the Sky Attack. This way, if on the off chance they don't shield, I get damage off. But like, I'm going down either way, and actually lowering my defenses isn't a bad thing because it gets my Deoxys out here quicker, so I can get my Umbreon in sooner. and hopefully like get. I was hoping to get one foul play off before they got to their charge move. I don't know, man. I do super effective damage, but it's gonna be close. A lot closer than I was expecting it to be. I kind of wonder if I would have had enough energy to do 2 sky attacks if I went for that. Okay. The issue is, one foul play wins me yet, but I don't know if I can get to my foul play before they get to their charge moves. Thankfully I did though, so we're good. I wasted the last shield back when Skarmory was out, so I don't have to worry about that. And good game, just pulled it through barely. Now I was a little worried that when I went up against Bastiodon, that I would regret swapping Ice Beam over for Play Rough, but Play Rough actually worked just fine, despite being resisted at all. It served the purpose that going for Ice Beam would. So now, maybe this is a sign that I can like turn it around on the back half of the set. Maybe I'm just being too hopeful though. So at least I have something for the Azumarill matchup, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing my switch advantage over. So I'm gonna just do what I typically do in this setup. Save up the energy for a Brave Bird and go for Sky Attack. Go from there. The fact they haven't gone for an Ice Beam yet does get me concerned that they're gonna go for that Hydro Pump. So, despite the fact they could be baiting me, I'm gonna just go for my shield because I can't risk getting hit by a Hydro Pump at this range. Thankfully, my prediction paid off, and I'm gonna go for Sky Attack again because I think Azumarill is actually weak enough that even the Sky Attack would take it out, so it's not worth sacrificing my defenses over. Plus, that shield was probably coming anyways. Really, that was the first shield? I thought I did a little more than that. So yeah, if they want to waste another shield, that's fine. But if I can get them out before you even have to worry about if you're going for a Hydro Pump or Ice Beam, that would be good too. I mean, wasting both shields early on is nice too. But I like the fact that my Azumarill's been really easy to predict, and I haven't had to worry about them baiting my... That would have been a perfect time to bait out an attack, to be perfectly honest. Dang it! I should have just farmed down the energy, but like, when I hit that Sky Attack, it had enough health to be worth it. When the animation finished, it did not have enough health to justify that play. Okay. At least, I was hoping I could at least get a Brave Bird off before I go down. But this is fine. Like, this will give me a nice swap into a Azumarill. And I even got to waste the energy before they got to an Earthquake. Alright. Yeah, I think this is the best play because, if I recall, I'm a little iffy on the Ice versus Ice matchup. I forget if it's resistant or neutral. So I don't think Azumarill would actually be doing super effective damage against his Obama Snow because it's both Ice and Grass. And even if that wasn't the case, I have no shields. I can't afford to leave my Azumarill in to tank those Grass type attacks because it won't take him well. So this is what kind of way I like about Umbreon. It doesn't have as many matchups as some of the other meta Pokemon of the Great League, but it can get in a lot of situations where even if it's not in the advantage, it can you don't really have to waste shields on it to have it just pretty much in a neutral setup. That said, this might be a situation where it doesn't play through. I don't care. Ugh, I was gonna say, I don't care if you swap. I'm gonna get my foul play off. But you know what? Just gonna go for the Hydro Pump now. Hindsight, I probably should have saved up a little bit more energy before going for this. But just impulse gut reaction. And if I'm just gonna finish it off with my fast moves, then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So yay. Ever since swapping over from Ice Beam to Play Rough, I've been doing a lot better. Granted, I will acknowledge that I'm just getting put up against teams that my team does better against. That's part of the luck of Go Battle League, but I just bring it up just so not to indefinitely say that Play Rough is better than Ice Beam. It all depends on your team comp, like the other Pokemon you have on your team, and if they can cover the one move that Azumarill doesn't have. Finally, a solid matchup for me. So I'm going to just assume that Toxtric's going to swap right away. Not quite sure which of my Pokemon work best against Lapras, so that's why I have Umbreon. If I'm in a situation where I don't know who else to send, then I can usually just send in Umbreon, and he'll do okay. He may not be the best, but he's usually not the worst. Unless he's going up against something he's glaringly weak to, like a Fairy or a Fighting type. Umbreon doesn't really have too much to worry about, and I don't have to worry about wasting shields too often. There's always exceptions to the rule, of course. But just saying overall, I can really rely on Umbreon's tankiness to get me through some situations where my other Pokemon wouldn't in a neutral setup. So at least this way I can definitely block this last one if I do have to block a charge move before I can finish off this Lapras. They might want to shield this. They might want to get their attack off. And I'm okay with it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll win the farming game. So, I'm not even going to waste my shields. I'm just going to hope that Skarmory doesn't get resisted with fast moves and just finish it up that way. Just barely. You know what? They've used a shield. I'm going to use a shield just to conserve my Skarmory's health for whatever comes in next. Because I feel like I can do more with the health than I can with the shield at this point in the battle. Then again, if they have the Scumfist, that could be another story. So I would swap into Azumarill, but I'm just afraid that if I swap to Azumarill, they're just going to swap to something to counteract it. I was going to say, I was willing to risk it because they only have 2 Pokemon left, but I wasn't fast enough on the button. No, I don't know what that last Pokemon is. I'd rather just find out if it's not good for me. Even if it's an Earthquake, I can take it. I'd rather conserve my shield until I know what that last Pokemon is. Okay, so it's Toxicroak. Not the best thing for me, but at least Play Rough is neutral. I mean, so is Hydro Pump, but I have the energy for this Play Rough now. So I can get that last shield out of play. I think they have counter and not a poison type move. So I should be able to get up to that Play Rough again before it goes down. I think the issue is I'm still not going to have enough health on this Azumarill to take care of the Scumfist. And Skarmory is just a hecka no for this particular situation. I'm going to just swap into Skarmory, Brave Bird, just have Skarmory have Skarmory be a sacrificial lamb to hopefully get a charge move out of this guy. Or I could do almost all the health with a Brave Bird despite being resisted. I could do that too. This is perfect. I'm going to go down, but I don't even have to worry about getting to a charge move now. One fast move finishes off the job. So good game. I think that battle might have been a good example of having... Oh no, am I going to get lagged out? The battle is over, so if I quit out, it's going to count as a victory, right? Right? This is the problem with live streaming instead of recording locally. Most people would go Battle League in a situation like this. But I think it's just a combination of my internet not being the greatest and the fact that I'm streaming. Streaming mobile games is double strain on my particular streaming setup. Because not only am I using up the internet to play both Go Battle League and to do a stream, but I also have to take up internet to do a screen mirror, because that's the only way I currently have to record my phone screen. Which, I mean, if you're doing a Pokemon Go stream, is kind of important to see the cell phone that's playing Pokemon Go. that's what I really want to go back to Android soon. So I have more options with recording setup. Makes me wish I never went back. Alright, moment of truth. It counted to win. So, got Fast TM, got some Stardust. What's our Pokemon gonna be? Farfetch. I mean, someday they will release Galarian. They will release Surfetch, and this will be good. Unfortunately, like, they had one. Galarian Farfetch was one of those Pokemon that just came out in an event where they just plopped them all over the place as a promotional piece. So I'm not really hurting for Farfetch candy in any shape or form. Pretty cool to get an excellent throw on screen, though. Alright. Got it, and that's... I mean, if winning 2 battles bumps up our rank, then surely winning 1 battle bumps up the rank as well. That's barely a bump, but a bump nevertheless.